Well, good afternoon from Belgrade, everyone. Today we're going to be giving you an apartment tour and we're going to be telling you about how expensive Belgrade is, how expensive Serbia is, just some general tips as well. So this is the start of our apartment tour. Now, if you're Australian like us, it's quite interesting because we're not really used to apartments. So I'm going to be giving you some tips that we've come across apartments in Serbia that might be handy for, even if you go to Eastern Europe and whatnot, because they're all fairly similar. Very old, but still quite nice, very solid building, which is very nice. Now, one of the things I should show you as a little tip is, you can be going up quite a few flights of stairs here. And when it's late at night, or even in the winter time here in Europe, when it gets pitch black at about 4:30, you do have these communal light switches. So you can turn this on, this powers up the lights for the whole building, at least in the stairwell. And then when you're finally at your level, you can just turn the switch off. And this is the start of our apartment. So very nice little doormat here. I've never seen this before, which is quite nice. Now, I actually can't get in without a key, so I'm doing the generic door knock here.
Welcome.
This is our apartment, everyone. This is a studio apartment, which is a very generous size. And starting off, the kitchen.
Yeah, so this kitchen is perfect for just the two of us. We have the stove, a microwave, a fridge, and all the pots and pans and plates and bowls, everything you need. So it's actually well stocked as well. So we have a couple of each item, which is good, and yeah, perfect for us.
Yeah, that's pretty good because we've stayed at a lot of Airbnbs where you have a couple random plates, like they don't even match. Whereas here, as you can see, this might sound very basic if you're sitting at home right now and they've got a couple of plates in the cupboard, but it's actually something we've really taken for granted being away. A couple of different cups. When you have two glasses and you've got to wash them up, and if you want another drink.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a very nice kitchen, does the job very well. Not sure about you guys, but for me, one of the most important things, apart from maybe safety, is you got to have a good bathroom. And one of the reasons we're actually showing you our place is this is actually quite a nice place. We'll give you a little bathroom tour and a couple tips we've learnt as well whilst being away. But this is a very nice bathroom. We've stayed at some disgusting bathrooms, over the year we've been away. But one of the interesting things is there's a few lights here, which is quite cool. This is a very harsh light that comes on, all that good stuff. A couple lower ones, so it's not as harsh, a bit nicer. But the really interesting thing that we don't really have in Australia that I've come across both places we've stayed in Serbia, or actually all three places, is there's a hot water system here. And they'll sometimes either say always leave that on, never turn it off, or here you have to turn it off when you have a shower and then turn it back on. But look at how beautiful these tiles are. Isn't this just the dream? Most of the places we've stayed at barely even have tiles. It's sort of just a combination of just concrete or mold or whatever, but this is a very nice bathroom and apartment in general. Got a little window here, very important. So many bathrooms and at hotels and other Airbnbs don't have windows. Just the mold starts to come in and it's not very nice. Very nice shower as well. You've got the sort of the rain droplet one and then the power washer here. And this is really cool. I haven't really seen one of these before, but very high tech, having that built into the wall just for some storage of the shampoo bottles. And once again, we don't really have these in Australia, which is kind of cool. I know if you're probably in America or Europe watching this, you're going, it's just a coat rack, but you got the umbrella here, all the big winter jackets, gloves, beanies on top, very handy. And we've never really used one of these before for any great deal of time, so very handy to have. And this is the sort of living room, bedroom, dining table, all in one. I think the artwork makes this a lot nicer. You've got the main sort of feature wall here, which is solid brick. And I reckon this is existing brick as well. This isn't just the... some places will just have the fake sort of bricks to make it look a bit more natural or a bit more industrial. Very nice though. And as you can see, we got into the Christmas spirit. Got a bit of tinsel we found for about... I think it was about €1, which was quite nice. Hannah's got a beanie and the socks you might remember from the niche vlog as well. So some nice decorations. Pretty good bedroom. What do you think, Hannah?
Yeah, the bed's super comfy. This area is just perfect size for us to get our bags out, unpack everything, and have enough room to walk around.
Now, I think another interesting tip that might come in handy, once again, we've only come across this in Serbia, and that is with some of the blind settings here, which is quite unique. I'm sure this is maybe in some of the other commie blocks you might stay at around Europe, but this one really confused us at a couple of the places we stayed. It's going to look really basic when we explain it to you, but just they always look like this. It looks like this is solid metal and that it can't move. And then you've got all this sort of stuff here, and we're playing around with it, but Hannah will show us how it all works.
So yeah, we had to message to double check we weren't breaking it, but you actually, to get this big blind on the outside down.
Yeah, there's actually a blind coming down.
You actually just pull it out and it'll slide down, and to get it back up, you just...
So it's pretty much just a normal blind, but it's very, usually it's a little piece of string. This looks like it's like a solid band of steel. But if you pull it all the way down, Hannah, you'll see we're on a main road and there's not really a whole lot of noise. It's peak hour right now. You shut that, I mean, that's pretty much pitch black.
Yeah.
You can't see there's no daylight. So yeah, sometimes when we've actually had to stop doing that because we sleep till about 11 or 12 o'clock sometimes. So we actually have to pull that up a little bit. But yeah, that's definitely another thing we've taken for granted since being away, I think, is a lot of places have really bad lighting and the sun will wake you up at 7 a.m, which isn't always the best thing. But yeah, some really beautiful artwork, which is one of the final things I just want to say before we tell you how much this all was and how really expensive Belgrade is, how expensive Serbia is. And that is, it's so nice to see some local art. This is at the Belgrade Fortress here, one of the famous gates. The umbrella street that we found, this is the Sava River here, and St. Mark's, I believe that is in the background, as well as a few of the streets and the bridge up there as well. Which is quite nice, because one of the things I hate is coming to I'm going to say a smaller city, but you come to these boutique hotels in smaller cities, smaller countries, and then they're just littered with Eiffel Towers and the Empire State Building, New York skyline. Nice to see some local pictures and local art as well, rather than the generic Paris skyline. And housekeeping comes once a week, or the cleaner comes once a week, and actually left us some Belgian chocolates and a bottle of Prosecco as well, which is quite nice. So very nice surprise. And yeah, I'm giving this place a solid 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the prices right now.
Now for some prices. One of the things we do to save money is shop at the supermarket, and we're able to cook in our kitchen here, which saves us a lot of money. Our rough spend at the supermarket is...
Yeah, we kept some of the receipts. Average on a day would be between 500, 600 to about 11, 1200 Serbian dinar, which works out to 5 to 10 euros, US dollars a day. Now, we generally will do a big shop when we first get to a place, and we'll get a massive bag of cereal, some big bottles of milk and whatnot, and then we sort of just go day to day from there. Can really make cereal last for a good couple of weeks. It's only a couple of euros, and when you've got breakfast sorted, it makes the rest of the day quite easy. So yeah, 5 to 10 US dollars, really not that expensive as tourists. Now for the apartment that you guys might be wondering, for about a month at this apartment, or per month, it is just over 1,000 Australian dollars, which I think the Australian dollar is a bit weaker at the moment now, so I'm going to say between around 750 US dollars, 750 euros roughly, which is quite nice because this is very secure, very safe. We've had no issues, all the time we've spent here. Super fast Wi-Fi, really nice hot showers, good pressure showers. Another thing we take for granted as well. So yeah, I think hopefully that's helped you guys in some way on how expensive Belgrade and even Serbia in general is.
Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.